Hello, greetings and salutations, listeners. So, so I was watching some television the other day, and I got to thinking, like, what kind of how good is the television? And I don't just mean programming. We'll get to that later, and believe me, that will be a central theme this episode. Hint, hint. But anyway, is it like 2020 vision, 2030, 2040, like comparing the eyesight of the television to an animal, where would that rank? Like which species would that take place of that? Because I'm thinking like maybe about a fish. Like I think that television's eyesight is probably about as good as like maybe a red-lipped batfish or perhaps a frogfish. I don't know. That's just my first instinctual thought. Um, but I mean, as far as instincts go, there's another thing I say, a lot because I mean, it's just it's one thing you can call me out on here. It's It's fine. I'm aware of my own shortcomings here as a host. I'm not sure I'd consider that a shortcoming though. It's more of just like a catchphrase, at this point. Yeah, I mean, when I catch myself doing it, it's really something. One thing I try to do, or one thing I have recently been making a habit of doing is I'll go back and listen to these episodes again the next day and count how many times I say, and it's always staggering to me. And that's how you know it's significant because I don't use the word staggering very often, and not even in the context of like drunkenly staggering about, you know, I'll use the word staggering about as often as I'll use the word brandishing, which I was watching some police drama. Well, not exactly. That's one of the worst ways I could have worded that. Actually, a program called. Well, do I? Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right, I was watching a program called Live PD. Um, and so yeah, yeah, I heard the word brandishing, and immediately thought like, ooh, that's a word I haven't heard in a while. You know, you don't hear that too often. You don't exactly go out to the corner drugstore with the boys for an ice cold sarsaparilla. And yeah, I mean, I guess the closest thing to that could happen is one of them brandishing a soda, or perhaps you all are, brandishing some soda pop. But like, I wonder what the dictionary definition for brandishing is. I actually don't know what the dictionary definition is, but my definition that I like to think it is just that it is um, essentially like waving back and forth or sort of like showing off in a intimidating, possibly threatening way, some sort of handheld object that may be used in a dangerous way, so perhaps like a weapon, um, or like just something of that nature. I don't know. But like, I, being me, I like to take it in a different direction, like brandishing a jar of vinegar eels. And it's just, okay, well, I'm not sure. I mean, that's not, I guess it's not the wrong way to use that, but all right, whatever. And then, brandishing a car, it's like, can you do that? I don't know. I mean, it's not a handheld object, but it can be dangerous, I guess. I mean, cars can definitely be dangerous. I had a whole episode dedicated to cars, actually. Well, like I said, these take place in no particular order, so I wanna serialize this. Um, but well, we're only 5 minutes in, so we got a lot of time to fill here. Um, like we gotta pour in maybe some sand or some dirt or something, to fill in the time box. Um, you know, what should we fill it with? It should be sand or dirt, perhaps clay, gravel, water. I don't know, air. Surely we can fill it with something. Um, it's. I mean, it's just a question, honestly, of what it is you wanna fill it with, because sometimes some folks out there will decide that they think it's better to to get the bust out the old sandbags and you know get that get it done like that, while others prefer one of the other aforementioned materials, and still others would rather something else entirely. So it's a very very uh, complex process with a lot of options. All right, let's get back to the sandwich here, and talk about programs, because I said those would be making a comeback, and no time like the present, right? So, uh, yes, when I speak of television programs, that essentially means TV shows, as they're more commonly known as. More as they are more commonly known by, because I feel like I already said as they are more commonly known. Or maybe we don't even need either, just as they're more commonly known. Yeah, okay, that works. Or, so let's start that sentence over. Three, two. So three. So when I speak of television shows, I, ah, three. So when I speak of television programs, or, TV shows as they're more commonly known, it is, I mean, yeah, a television program means TV show, basically. Probably not teaching you anything new, but, I mean, a lot of species have television, even aquatic creatures, even jellyfish, even vinegar eels. I mean, I've spoken to many a jellyfish and many a vinegar eel on the matter. We're actually, I don't want to spoil any surprise here, but and of course I don't want to confirm something. I'll get your hopes up artificially, but it has not been confirmed yet. But I have recently made contact with a member of our audience who is a jellyfish, and expressed interest in making a guest appearance in a future episode. And so we're currently in negotiations about pricing, and about payment options, as well as scheduling. Um, a time that would work for both the jellyfish and myself. And I'm not going to tell you which jellyfish, obviously. I want to keep that a surprise, but one of the jellyfish members of our audience very well could be making an appearance soon on the show. So that would be exciting. I look forward to that if it does end up happening. But again, it's unconfirmed. there's still a lot of things, a lot of unresolved variables there that may get, yeah, I mean, it's not finalized yet, but I just figured I'd let you in on that as far as the news going around here. The rumor mill is indeed churning today. Churning, that's another one you don't hear too often. Anyway, I was just talking about programs here. So, yeah, but much like this is actually very similar uh, debates, or not debate, but yeah, you know what I mean. The usage, multi-purpose words. We had a similar thing for conduct, if you recall, from the first episode. Oh, man, we're serializing these again. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'll try not to do that as much as I can. But earlier in this series, we had the word conduct, because there's a, conductor, like for a train or for an orchestra. But, we figured there was a lot of other things to conduct, such as, a survey, an audit, an interview, an inspection. Um, you can conduct oneself. You can conduct yourself, you know. You can conduct yourself in a number of different ways. You can engage in disorderly conduct. Um, you can conduct a you can conduct a lot of things, but I don't want to repeat any discussion here because obviously we have just basically a never-ending supply of new original material. So I don't want to rehash any old news, but it's a similar the word program is similarly multi-purposeful too. I find because uh, there's television programs, there's like after school programs. It's the kind of programs that are like community programs. Or like like that kind of thing. Um, yeah, there's like programs can also be little brochures or pamphlets or whatever they are, but just like little booklet things that can be given out by like plays, for example. I've been to many a play in my day, and you get these little things called programs. They're like they could be event calendars for anything, I guess. Like maybe at a meeting, even they give you a program, or at a concert sometimes, um, or maybe like a sports event, or just just anywhere where it's like it can be sort of a schedule of activities, I suppose. Um, a program can also be a computer program. So sort of like a digital thing there, like an application, I suppose. Computer program, um, like a coding thing, a programming thing. Programmer. It could also be, let's see, program. I mean, there's there's a number of things it could be that a rather large number. I mean, we already got to four. Four is not exactly the smallest of numbers. So, and yeah, that doesn't mean it's one of the largest either, but still, it's not bad. It's four is decent. Anyway, um, oh, it's seems we're seems we're getting a call here from none other than Figurative Frank. All right. Hello. Enjoying your show? What show? Your the radio show. Radio. Uh yeah, isn't that no, there's no radio show. What do you think, this is like a podcast or something? Well, yeah. I mean, that's isn't that like exactly what you're doing? No, no. No, a podcast um A podcast involves multiple people, typically, not always, but most of the time. And it's usually like longer than this. It's at least, well, I can think of at least one example. I mean, hey, huh? Look, I, it's not a podcast, okay? I mean, but why is that the part you cut me off at though? That's what I want to know. Like, right as I was saying, the name, welcome, huh? Do you have something against that? Like in particular, is that like your rival or something, or like I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, but it's not truth. You're not saying truth, so I don't want to hear it. I'm not saying truth. I'm asking questions. Now, you didn't ask a single question since the first thing I asked was a question. It was, how's your show? Is it not a show? Is what? Is what not a show? Oh, jeez, this again? Look, I wish you luck. I do, okay? But look, I've been a listener here for quite some time, and I gotta say, some of this stuff it's kind of painful to listen to. It's just it can get pretty awkward, and it's just kind of bland and stale. Look, I don't mean to, in case we're still on the air here, I don't want to, but on the air. You think this is a radio show, don't you? I don't know what you want me to think it is. I'm confused, like what you're going for. I don't know who you think the audience is supposed to be here. Do you expect people to fall asleep as soon as it starts, or like just like sit there or lay there or whatever, or and listen to the whole thing? Like I don't get it. Like you're either gonna like have like with the attention spans of people, they're gonna either be multitasking or they're just gonna give up entirely on the thing. Unless they're asleep, in which case they're not gonna care anyway. So I just don't understand like who your audience is right now. Like at this moment, at this part of the episode, like who do you think? I mean, unless they're just awake and trying to fall asleep, which means you're doing a bad job at trying to put them to sleep. But listen, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, okay? I'm not here to just ridicule your show. I'm not trying to lay into you too much here, okay? I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm trying to give you some constructive criticism here, but more importantly, I'm trying to understand what it is that you're even doing here. Like it's a very odd show. I don't know much more about it than you do, Frank, honestly. What? Well, it's your show. Uh, I yeah, whatever. Yeah. Huh? Well, wait, next question. Next question. What, you think this is like an interview or something? Well, yeah, I mean, you only call that have questions. Okay, so first you tell me I didn't ask a single question, and well, you didn't until that point, and then since then you've asked questions. I, again, the first thing I asked when you put me on here was a question. I asked how's your show going? This again? I thought we already talked about this. Did we? Okay. So then tell me, what's the conclusion then? The conclusion to what? The episode? No, we still got like at least 10 more minutes left. I All right, you know what? Just forget it. You're a tough you're a tough egg to crack. Is that a thing? It is now. I just said that. No, I don't think it was. I don't think that's what. I mean, I can't think of what the right version was, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. It's pretty weird. Kind of like this thing you have here, this show. Oh, that's a decent segue. I know, right? Yeah, you like that one? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to use something like that on here and do one of the episodes. Yeah, go ahead. You could do that. Anyway, so yeah, what else have you got to say, Frank? Well, you know me. I'm pretty busy, so it's about time for me to be on my way, for me to, get going again. But I guess I'll leave you with some advice. Let me think here. What's some good advice for you? Um, huh. Yeah, I got nothing. All right. See ya. Yep, you as well. Thanks for calling. All right. Back to whatever it is I was talking about. Let's see. What was I talking about right before the phone call? It was something about programming, I think. Well, I think we got this. I keep saying we, but I think I got into something else after that. Some other topic following the whole program thing. I can't remember what's up. I'm just gonna come up with a new topic now. We're just gonna keep just gonna just gonna keep on just keep on going ahead. Just right on through the night here. If it's nighttime, I wherever you are, wherever I am, or whenever, more importantly, because it could be different times in different locations or at different points in time. That's a thought, isn't it? Like it can be a different time at different points in time. Like if it's 3 a.m. right now, that means that in 12 hours would be 3 p.m., right? So, you know, that's kind of trippy, ain't it? I mean, I think so at least. But anyway, um yeah, see whenever Frank calls and then leaves, I just feel more I don't know, like I notice the silence more afterwards. It's really weird. Kind of like this show. It's it's a little too soon, I guess. Uh, Let me think. What else is going on here? I'll just start talking about the things around me here. Um, this microphone. This microphone's pretty cool. Yeah, got a traditional black microphone. It's got that nice surface on it. That microphones have. It's kind of hard to describe. It's just like um, it's like a coarse surface on it, but it's got like little holes in it, but not really. You know what I mean? Just picture a microphone. That's what it is, basically. Um, yeah, got wires. Yeah, got black wires. Just connecting everything. You know, all the equipment's black, but minimalist equipment. Most of the equipment's internal. So it's just in my mind. So yeah, I mean I'm the voice of the show here. Um, so it takes more than just speaking. It takes thinking. Yeah, so you gotta turn thoughts into words, and that in itself, in and of itself, is an entire process as well. It's got like a bunch of steps to it and everything. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well, sorry, I don't mean to use such derogatory, controversial words like that, but the way I was raised, words like those were pretty commonplace or sort of household. Pardon my language, but let's see. They are. I mean, it's pretty weird, you know. It's mind-boggling to grasp. You know, really wrap your mind around the concepts of how many stairs there are in the staircase that descends from the height of thoughts to the depths of linguistics to words. And it all happens pretty quickly, you know. It travels at the speed of thought, and I wonder, you know, how the speed of thought compares with, say, you know, the speed of light, the speed of might, the speed of flight, the speed of a kite, the speed of a bite, the speed of the fight, the speed of height. Did I say that one? No, I don't think so. The speed of the night, the speed of plight. I know that's a word. I just don't know what it means. Um, the speed of the right, the speed of sight, the speed of tight, the speed of the speed of um trite, maybe, I don't know. The speed of smite, the speed of uh uh well, you know, like, yeah, I think you get the point. I wonder where speed of thought compares with the speed of other things. It's like what the speed of thought even is, but in any staircase, I think it's pretty fast. You know, it's pretty quick. It really goes down that staircase pretty quickly. But the question is, or at least my question, or one of my questions on this topic, is how quickly would it go back up the staircase? Maybe not even back, maybe just up, like to begin with. Because think about it this way: thoughts are converted into words, right? They go from the brain to the vocal cords. But what if the reverse happened? Like if words went from the vocal cords to the brain when they became thoughts, would we even know that happened? Like this could be happening at like every consecutive moment in time with every consecutive creature, and we may never even know about it. You know, like that's really trippy, at least to me. I like, and you might not even know what I'm talking about, but what do you know? You're supposed to be asleep. uh, Jokes on you for listening to this, but no hard feelings, no offense. It's all good. But you know, the whole word word debacle, is that a proper usage of that word? I hope so. Is a proper usage of the thought though? That's a horse of a different color right there, you know? That horse is probably like orange, as where the horse Because previously, or the other horse, I guess, was yeah, yellow. Yeah, yellow. All right. Well, um, I think we're about ready to wrap up here. We've hit our mark. All right, 30 minutes. So so yeah, I guess I'll get a little outro here. So I was trying to think what the goodbye version of hello, greetings, and salutations would be, but nothing's coming to my mind here. Nothing's really ringing a bell. So I guess I guess we'll just end this thing then. So have a good night, or perhaps good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever the blessed time it is. Just just have a good time, all right? Have a good time, and yeah, thanks for listening in. Hope you listen to more of me real soon. Try to get more content out. All right.